Welcome to the show. My guest is Jack. Jack, why'd you call the show?
Call the show because my daughter-in-law is abusing my grandkids, and I can't get it to stop. No matter what I do, she hits them, bruises them. My son kicked her out one time before, let her come back, and I called the show because I want to tell her today that she either stops with my grandchildren, she keeps her hands off them, or she's going to leave my home. I want her to go get counseling. I want her to get help that she needs. Or I don't want her in my home no more. If my son don't like it, he's going to have to go with her. Plain and simple.
So your son and daughter-in-law live in your house?
Yes, they do.
And you have 2 grandchildren?
Beautiful grandchildren.
And how old are your grandchildren?
4 and 2 years old.
And has your daughter-in-law lived with you the whole time, or?
She was actually asked to leave last year. She was gone for 5 months. Things seem to have gotten better with her. She seemed to have actually gotten the help she claimed she did.
She did leave?
Yes, 5 months.
She was gone for 5 months?
She was gone for 5 months. After the 5 months, we let her come back. It seemed okay for a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And it just started going downhill again. The abuse started back up, the hitting, pulling kids off counters, hitting their chins. I mean, my grandson, trying to cook his own food, almost burnt the house up. You know, he's 4 years old. This past December.
How did he do that?
He was cooking a Pop-Tart in the microwave with the paper on it. And I walked in the back door, and just thank God I walked in when I did. The thing was in flames. The whole house was smoked up, and she was lying in the bed sleeping.
4 years old. How do you cook for yourself at 4 years old?
Thank you. Good question. How do you?
So when did she start abusing the kids? When did that start?
It started when I was probably a year and a half, probably 6 months.
Do you ever say to your son, hey, why don't you put your foot down?
I do.
This has got to stop.
I do. Steve, I went through the same thing prior. And I feel like he's going down the same line I went through. With the same type of woman, you know, with the abuse. And I see him doing the same thing. It's got to stop.
It's got to be tough for you.
The cycle has to quit.
But here you're a grandfather. This is your son. These are your grandchildren. And you're witnessing, not hearing about, this is your house and you're witnessing her doing this to these children. Why wouldn't you just kick her ass out of the house?
I did. I did kick her out. Steve, today she's going to know that she's got to go, or she has to get the help that she needs. And she has to be serious about the help, or we don't even want to leave here with her. And that goes, my son's the same way and says the same thing.
Now, we're told that she hits your grandchildren like 5 times a day.
She hits them as many times, as often as she gets a chance. I mean, you can't turn your back and you hear the kids, you hear the kids screaming, one or the other.
And your son, he won't leave her? He stays with the woman that abuses his kids?
He stays with her, yes. She pulled my granddaughter last Thursday off the counter. She was up there getting herself some raisins.
I mean...
And here they are.
Was she ever a good mother?
She, you know, from time to time, yes, she is a good mother. But she needs to be a good mother all the time. There's no part-time mom. A mom is a mom 100% of the time, not part-time, okay?
You were starting to say she pulled your granddaughter off a counter?
She was getting raisins, helping herself to some raisins. She pulled her off the countertop, busted her jaw, her chin, and bruised her, this area here.
And just because she climbed up and was going to eat some
Well,
raisins?
rather than to help her down, just grabbed her arm and yanked her down.
You want help for her?
Absolutely. You know, I don't want help for her. I want her to have help for herself. It's not for me. It's for these children right here. That's who needs the help. Those ones. If she don't do something, they're going to get hurt.
And when
How could you hit something like that? How could you lay a hand on anything? Look at this.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know how you pull a 2-year-old off a counter and let a 2-year-old hit her chin on the floor. I don't know how you push children into the wall like that.
Or hit them, leave marks.
I don't know how
Knock them across the
you
floor.
leave your children fend for themselves and cook for themselves when they're 4 and 2. So,
And go to sleep in the other room.
all right, Jack. Well, I'm going to talk to her, see what we can make of this. I'm going to ask you to leave the stage.
Okay.
Let's bring out Carol. How you doing, Carol?
All right.
Please don't sit down. You're, and the reason why I say that is you haven't been watching backstage, right?
No.
You know your father-in-law's here.
Yes.
Okay. You have any idea what he just happened to tell me?
That I whip my kids, leave marks on them, bruises, welts, and that I pretty much mistreat my kids.
Any reason why he'd be saying that?
I do. When they get into stuff and they're hungry, I tell them to go to the kitchen, make their food, get them something to eat, and then when they make messes, like they'll leave juice in the floor, get milk all over the floor, crack eggs in the floor, and just make a big mess, and I whip them for it.
They're 4 and 2.
Yes.
Why aren't you, as the mother, making these children their food?
I just want to sit down for a little while and just watch TV, but when they
You-
make the mess,
Wait a second. You just want to sit down and watch TV.
yes,
Do you know that a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old probably not real capable of making their own meals?
yes.
Then why do you send them in? And what 4-year-old, 2-year-old doesn't spill juice or make a mess?
None.
And
I
then
don't
you
know.
whip them for it?
Yes, because I told them to do it, but I still get upset and I discipline them for it.
You discipline them for what every 4-year-old and 2-year-old does in this world.
Yes.
Make messes.
Yes.
And how, by discipline them, does that change anything? What are you teaching your children?
Nothing.
Nothing. Except that you're an evil maybe. You push your kids into walls, right?
It's not intentional. I get frustrated. People get mad. People get frustrated. And it's not intentional to do it. And it's just, I act on anger and I don't think before I act. I want to change.
It's how do you unintentionally push a 4-year-old into a wall?
Well, I'll grab them by the arm and I'll pull them away or pull them and move them out of the way. And maybe I jerk them a little too hard.
You leave welts and bruises on them. Welts last for 3 days. You knock your 2-year-old and your 4-year-old off their feet into the air.
Yeah.
Your son wakes up screaming, "Mommy, don't hurt me."
Yes. And I want to change that. I don't want my kids
How
to
does
be
that feel as a parent knowing that your children are screaming, "Don't hurt me"? They wake up
Upsetting.
screaming.
upsetting. It's really disturbing. And that's why I want
You
to
whip
be.
them with the belt?
Yeah.
And why do you whip them with the belt?
I guess mainly to, show them that I mean business, to
You
get
mean
them to
business.
listen. They just
So you
don't
have to show a
listen to me.
2-year-old you mean business with the belt.
They just don't listen.
They don't listen. 2-year-olds just, I don't want to listen. You can't get a 2-year-old to listen. Or a 4-year-old.
No.
So you whip them with the belt to make them listen.
Discipline.
Discipline. Tells children, "I hate you."
I don't tell my children I hate them.
You never told them you hated them?
No, I've never told them that.
So your family members are lying?
Yeah, because I've never told my kids I hate
So,
them.
but everything else, you admit to all this
I
physical
don't
abuse.
hate my children. I love my children very much.
And how do you
that's
show
why
that?
I'm here.
How do you show that to them?
When I act on my anger, and then I finally get the chance to relax and calm down from not being mad, I go and I apologize, tell them I'm sorry, that mommy lost her temper.
Do you think that means a lot to a 2-year-old?
No, because she probably don't really understand.
And when your anger calms down and subsides, can you make your kid a meal? Or is that the cooling down period where you need to watch TV?
Now I can make them a meal.
But why don't you?
I guess it's laziness.
Laziness.
Yes.
Well, if you want to be a lazy ass and watch TV, why'd you have children? What is so terrible about your life that you would do this on your children? Does your husband work?
Yes.
So he provides a living?
Yes.
You have a roof over your head?
Yes.
Explain to me, where's the rough, where the stress of everyday life gets to you that you're beating your own little kids?
Just the fact of not having any help. I mean, I understand my husband works and he needs, he goes out, he works every day.
That's called help.
Right. But I mean, on
He's helping
weekends
with your
when
children
he's
by
home,
going out and earning a living.
but he comes home and he goes to bed and, he don't want to help. Even though he has a everyday job, he still has a job of being a father, coming home and taking care of his kids and helping me. All I ask is for 10, 15 minutes.
But if you don't get that 10, 15 minutes, then the kids suffer because of it.
I guess.
You
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, they do, because I didn't get what I wanted.
So you don't get what you want, and then you take it on the kids.
It's not all the time.
I don't get this story. I don't get why you're such a horrible mother when there's really nothing going bad in your life. You sound selfish, you sound lazy.
Maybe it's my upbringing.
I mean, it's your job to take care of them. It's your responsibility. You're hitting these kids 5 times a day. Don't you have any motherly instinct in you whatsoever where I'm not going to abuse my children?
Yeah.
You do?
They make it sound worse than what it is. It's bad. I will admit to that.
It's bad.
But they're full of too.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm not, they make it sound like I'm always beating
You
on
made
the
it sound, just what coming out of your
Look.
mouth right now makes you a terrible mother. Just what you admit to yourself. How much lying can they do? You admit, again,
But
can
they're
we put
telling you
the
I
children
pushed
up
my
on the
son
screen?
down the steps.
These are little, look at this. Oh, she's so bad. Oh, my frustration with you. I'm out of control. Look at this little girl. Go, you're hungry? I want to watch TV. I'm sorry. I need some stress-free time. She can make her own food without making a mess, huh? Can you?
Yes.
You're making a mess of your whole life, your whole family. Any remorse? Where's the willpower in you? You got to come on a damn TV show to take care of your kids? You need change. You need to come to me to stop hitting your kids, to cook a damn meal for your children? You know what you are? You're a load. You have a husband that supports you, that works, that is there for you. You have a roof over your head. You got food. You got help with your kids. And what? Because you want to watch TV. You have problems. You know what? I'm going to get back to you. But you get off my stage for now. I want to talk to your husband. Let's bring out Carol's husband, Josh. Josh, you might as well stand up too. Come on. You know, it's sometimes frustrating to hear these stories. It really is. You're married to this girl. She comes out, nice-looking young lady. How long you been with her?
6 years.
6 years. You have 2 beautiful children with her, right?
Yes, sir.
And she comes out, she admits, yeah, I whip my kids with a belt. I throw them in the walls. Yeah, I admit it. why is this woman doing this to your children?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. You're the father. This is the woman that you picked to have children with. You better have an idea.
It wasn't that way when we first got together.
She admits to abusing your son for 2.5 years. How do you not have an idea why she's doing this?
I have no idea why she does it. She comes out here,
You
she
have no
sugarcoats it,
idea.
she has no emotion about it. It makes me mad.
This is the
I
woman
have
that you
no
lay
idea
down
what
with,
to
though,
do
and
anymore.
have children with.
And I take care of my children. I work every day, and I come home and still have to take care of my
Okay,
kids. after
why are you
working all
allowing
day.
it for 2.5 years?
I have no idea what to do anymore.
Do you have any idea how do you function in life? Do you know how to put a fork to your mouth?
Yes.
You know how to drive a car?
Yes.
You know how to wipe your ass?
Yes.
But so you know how to do those very simple things, but you don't know how to protect your children. That's the title of the show. I don't know, and I'm lazy. You wanted her to take parenting classes, right?
I want her to get some kind of help, whatever it's going to
But
take.
you wanted her to take parenting classes, right?
Yes.
And you offered them to her, and she refused.
Yes.
At that point, you say, okay, I'm offering you help. You won't take it. I'm out of here. How do you not have answers when it comes to your children?
I guess it's easier to deal with it than to actually try to solve the problem.
So you know that she leaves welts all over your kids, right?
Yes.
What if the next time she gives them a crack because you're not putting your foot down? What if the next time she breaks their arm or breaks their leg or maybe knocks them unconscious when maybe your daughter like splits her skull open on the floor?
I don't want it to have to go that far.
Well, none of us want it to go that far, but it gets that far when you don't do anything about it. You know, it's real scary that a guy like you has kids. That's the thing that opens my eyes more and more every day. You don't even have the basic instinct of protecting your child. Putting your children's needs, protection, safety first in front of your own selfish physical needs. And you stand there and you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know. Should never pass your lips when you're a father that cares. I don't know. What could we possibly do to offer this woman? A
Maybe
class?
counseling or some kind of
Counseling?
class.
How about counseling your ass right out the door? Sometimes. Let's bring your wife back out. Here's your time. I want to see you shine here. Got anything you want to say to her?
How can you come out here and sugarcoat everything? Make it sound like it's just no big deal that you beat on the kids. Drag them off the countertop. Our son almost set our house on fire because you cannot get out of bed and make him Pop-Tarts. And you stand here like it's no big deal. You can't even look at me right now. It either stops or you're gone. Or is it that's what it's going to take? You just have to leave and get out. Because when I look at our kids and my son has to wake up in the middle of the night and he pees himself crying, Mama, no. And I have to deal with that and watch that. And you just stand there and look at me. You have no excuse for anything you do. No excuse. I provide for the family. I take care of them on the weekends when I'm home from work. And all you do is sleep, sit on your butt, watch TV. Something's got to change or you're going to go. That's it. Final word, I got to look out for these kids. I can't be selfish no more, and I've got to take care of the kids. Our kids have done a total 360 since you've been back home. Our son was almost potty trained while you were gone. And he would poop in his pants, and you would jerk him up and yell at him. No more. It is not our kids' fault. They're a new start.
Do you have anything at all you want to say to him?
Just that, I want to be a better mother. I want to change, and I know I've been a horrible person, by whipping them and beating them and leaving marks on them. And the only thing I can do is try to get some help to change.
Don't tell me you're sorry. It doesn't work. You're not beating me. Saying and doing are two different things. So either quit talking about it or do it, or you'll be walking.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to offer help. Not because of you, though. Because of those two little kids in there. Maybe you won't whip their ass when they make a mess. That's why we're going to give counseling to you. I hope you make the most of it. Get off my stage. At some point, you have to grow up and be a man. And you stop thinking about your selfish wants and needs. And whether that woman's your wife, your mother, anybody, you don't let anybody abuse your kids. I want you to look at your kids on the screen. Look at your children. And I want you to say, no matter who it is, what it is, Daddy's going to protect you.
No matter who it is or what it is, Daddy always protects you.
And you've got to actually do it. Let's go. My guest is Kimberly. Kimberly, why are you here?
I'm here today to apologize to my ex. We planned 1.5 years ago to have a baby. I gave the baby away to an adoption agency without his knowledge.
Why did you do that?
Me and Cordero, we met, dated for a while, and then we decided that we were going to have a baby. And everything was going real good. I thought he was going to be this stand-up type of person for me. 5 months into the pregnancy, he became real needy.
What did he want?
I don't know what he wanted. He wanted to hang out or whatever it is that he wanted.
With you?
Yeah, he wanted to, and I was tired. I work, so I was tired, and later on that month, I got a letter from the police station saying I was indicted for drugs. I got locked up for a whole month. I lost my apartment.
They sent you a letter saying you were indicted for drugs.
Right.
And you went to jail for a month.
For 30 days. After
Were you involved in drugs?
No. No, I wasn't.
So, hold on a minute.
The girl
You just get your mail, you're indicted, and then you did 30 days in jail.
Yeah.
Did you call him and say, hey, I'm in jail, come visit me?
No.
Why not? The first person I'm calling when I'm locked up, which I hope it never happens, is my wife. Come get me out of here. You're not calling the one guy you're having a child with, you don't say, hey, I'm in jail? Why? How would he even know where you were in jail?
If he was coming to my house looking for me, being concerned, then he would have found out that I was in jail. He would have found out through my, they were still there.
What I don't get, though, is you're saying you got into a fight with him because he wanted to spend time with you. You didn't want to spend time with him.
I was tired.
Okay,
I mean,
but now
I did
all of a
hair,
sudden
I
he doesn't
stood on
care
my
about
feet.
you? You just disappeared and he doesn't care about you?
That's how I felt.
Were you doing drugs during your pregnancy?
During the 7th, right after I got out of jail, yeah, I started
What kind of drugs were you doing?
PCP.
So at 7 months you start doing PCP and what happens?
At 7 months, I lose my job. So now I'm in the park all the time. I go to the doctor, and the doctor comes in, and she said, what's going on? And I said, I'm going to give this baby away. And she goes out and make a phone call, and she hands me a number to an adoption clinic. I called the adoption clinic, and I told them I needed shelter. And they told me that I had the wrong adoption agency. I just wanted some place for my baby. You know,
What made you decide to give your child away?
I didn't want to give her away. I didn't want him to have her
Why?
because I felt like he wasn't helping me. We planned the baby together. He didn't come look for me.
Did you ever have a conversation with him saying, I'm thinking about giving our baby away? Don't you think that he has a right before you go and give you, first of all, you shouldn't be doing drugs, PCP, when you're pregnant. Let me ask you something, Kimberly. Did you give your baby away because you were mad at your boyfriend?
Yeah. And I'm sorry because I can't fix it. And I took that from him. I took the right for him to see his daughter. I took the right from him to hold her. I took a year and a half away of her life away from him, and I can't fix it.
The sad thing is you took a year and a half away from yourself.
Yeah.
Does he know that you gave away his child?
Yeah, he's been fighting for the last year and a half. And they
Oh,
offered...
so he knows and he's been fighting to get the child back.
Yeah.
Has he ever confronted you about that?
He told me everybody makes mistakes.
Has he ever even seen a picture of his baby? Did you take a picture of the baby?
I took a picture, but it wasn't real good because of the lighting.
Did you lie when you gave your daughter away and say you didn't know who the father was?
Yeah.
And you didn't feel any obligation to tell the father of this child that you were giving your daughter away? What was it that triggered you to say, I don't want him to have this baby?
I mean...
I'm so mad at him. I'm going to give away our daughter.
I mean, sitting those 30 days, this is my third pregnancy. I planned it, and it's like everything I planned just don't go through. You know, and I didn't plan to be by myself.
Did Corey have any children?
Corey has no.
So this was his only child. So was he excited that you were pregnant?
Him and his mom both.
You gave your your daughter away because you were mad at a man. Can you really say anything that would justify that? You were mad at him?
When we went to the hospital and we found out I was pregnant, she was in my back. I had back labor. I couldn't work. I couldn't hardly do anything. And for that day, for him to just...
You could put a pipe to your lips, though. I want you to exit the stage, and I'm going to talk to Corey, and I'll bring you back. Let's bring out Corey. I hear this horrific story. How do you feel about it?
How I feel about this?
Yes.
I feel very, very pissed, Steve, that I don't know who raised my daughter. You know, it's very hard for me, you know, because that was my first daughter, and I planned for that baby. I really love that daughter. You know, I really love my daughter. That's what
You
I'm trying
never
to
even
say.
got to see a picture
But
of her.
I got a picture of her. It's a blurry picture of her when she was first born. That's how I feel.
How do you feel that you never even got to hold your daughter or anything?
I feel depressed. I feel sad. I feel sick, like my world's over with. Like, when I found out she was pregnant, I changed my whole life around. I went back to high school. I graduated. I went to a junior college before I go to a university college. Then they subpoenaed me before I go to court to get my little daughter, so I had to drop out of college to get my little daughter back.
So you're in the process of fighting to get
Right
to
now I'm
get your
losing the
daughter.
case because she lied and say that she didn't know who the father was. That's why I'm losing the case right now.
So you're dating Kimberly, and at one point you must have noticed she went to jail for 30 days?
Yeah, I found out. I think my told me that.
Her big thing is you didn't come looking for her.
I can't look for her. I'm calling that girl number all the time, Steve, man. Don't listen to that girl, man. She might be
So
alive.
did you contact her in jail?
No, I ain't contacted her. She was in jail.
Did you wonder, like, even after the 30 days up, did you wonder, where is she?
Yeah,
She's pregnant with your daughter.
right. I wonder where she was at.
All right, let's bring Kimberly back out. Well, you've never had a chance to confront her on this, right?
Right.
Here she is. She gave away your daughter.
Sit down, shorty.
No, I don't want you to sit down. You gave away your daughter. You don't get to sit down.
It's nothing I can do to change it, and I'm apologizing
I
to
ain't know
you.
you can't apologize. Where my shorty at? I never saw her take a first step or none. We ain't planning for this baby, Joe. I'm talking we done sat down really. We ain't talking about getting married. I stopped gangbanging for you, Joe. I done stopped gangbanging, Joe. When you had shorty in your stomach, Joe, I went to high school, get my education for shorty to have a real father to look up to. Remember that, right? So what happened? Well, man, then I found out you was on drugs and I read the paper. So where you start doing that at?
Doing my 7 month.
Yo, 7 months. What made you start doing drugs, Kim?
Because I ain't had nowhere to go, Corey.
Man, you had me. You knew where I was at, man. That ain't no excuse,
You think I
man.
wanted to show up to your mama doorstep like that?
I could have took care of you. It don't matter.
You said that she was happy that you were pregnant.
Yeah, but
See,
still.
you contradict everything you say. You said this baby's planned for it, that him and his mother were really happy you were pregnant, but then you don't want to show up in that condition at her door. That you had nowhere to stay, but you had somewhere to stay. Which is it?
I had somewhere to stay at night. I didn't
But I'm
have nowhere,
saying,
and then when
he's
he
saying
got
you
up
could
in
have come and stayed with us. You know where he's at. He's not saying, I wanted to break up with you, whatever. You disappeared. You could have been with me. We were happy that you were pregnant. You gave his child away for no reason at all. You haven't said one reason why he gave. Was anything he doing that bothered you? Besides, you keep saying he didn't come looking for you. You disappeared. You're the one who was gone. He didn't get locked up for 30 days. You did. It's on you to find him. You're blaming everyone
But myself.
but yourself. You made a decision to give your baby away. And from what I'm standing here understanding, for no good reason. I was mad at you. Who does that?
No.
You need a place to stay, but I'm not going to stay with you. I want you to look for me, but I'm not going to look for you. She was happy, but I didn't want to show her I was pregnant.
I felt like
You feel like what? You need to be like 24/7. Go get my baby every day. I don't care what you do. Just go get my baby so everything be straight. You know?
Well, you came here because you wanted to what?
to apologize to him and tell him that I'm sorry. You know, I took a lot away from you.
You destroyed my whole life.
Are you done with her?
Yeah.
Because I'm done with you. Get off my stage. You got one grainy picture that she took when your baby was born. You've never seen a picture, but we were able to obtain 3 current pictures of your daughter.
I got these.
You can have them. You got a beautiful little girl, and it really is a tragedy what happened in this case. And I just hope that
Damn, that's me.
you don't. I hope you don't give up the fight.